member for Barrie.
Speaker, it gives me great pleasure to rise today to address my colleagues in this House. The opportunity to represent the people of Barrie is nothing but a great honour and privilege. During the early days of putting the Barrie Riding Association back together again, my skills as a professional mediator were put to the test and utilized to bring a strong team that carried me through my nomination process to where I stand today. I owe a great debt of gratitude to my family, starting with my parents, Bob and Heather Jackson. They grounded me and showed me how to never give up. My brother Greg has always been by my side without any questions. However, perhaps those that have paid the highest price and sacrificed the most for my political adventures are my wife Joanne and my young children Abby and Will. I thank them especially for their patience, their understanding and support over the past few years, and certainly over the past several months. I know it's not been easy for them. I had one of the best campaign teams in the province, led by the matriarch of Simcoe County, as the Speaker would know, Sharon Carson and her daughter Kimberly Carson, a mother and daughter team that was no match for any of our competition. My core team of volunteers, including Arif Khan, Sue Christensen, Neil Geisendorf, Paul Dumoulin, Sylvia Mays, Ralph Knapp, and Jackie and Fred Millville, just to name a few who were there since before day one and never let up, and helped us knock on close to 50,000 doors, install thousands of lawn signs in Barrie, and thank you again to you all. I come from a family with deep roots in Barrie and our province, going back to the days as United Empire Loyalists. And currently I'm raising my young family, the fourth generation in our community. Civic duty has been strongly instilled in me since childhood and nurturing a rich tradition of community service that I'm proud to maintain and continue through organizations, through involvement with organizations such as Hospice Simcoe and the Barrie-Huronia Rotary Club. I've also served as a Barrie City Councillor, which facilitated a wealth of knowledge and insight that I expect will be fundamental to my role here at Queen's Park. I'm proud to represent the people of Barrie the best way I know how. As a councillor, I worked hard on championing safe parks and street strategy, affordable housing for seniors and people living with disabilities, as well as addressing an issue of critical importance to Barrie, the doctor shortage. Through my time serving as a councillor, I gained the greatest respect for public service. Near the end of my last term, the decision to move into provincial politics was a very natural progression for me that would enable me to further serve my community. In my younger days, I had the pleasure of working in Queen's Park as a legislative assistant. I often spent time walking the halls of this beautiful building that oozes history from its walls, wondering if I might have the opportunity and the privilege to serve the citizens of Barrie in this very room, and here I stand. Being here now is a goal I've long held, and I've fought hard to get here. I look forward to helping the residents of Barrie establish more jobs, greater access to higher education and health care, and that better serves our community. I plan to apply my professional skills as a mediator to bring people together to solve problems, as well as valuable insights gained on the Barrie City Council to best serve the people living in our ever-expanding and beautiful city. Barrie residents said they wanted to see change in our job climate. We will work hard for that change. Small business in Barrie is big business. 75% of all the people who work in Barrie work for companies who employ 4 or less employees. We need to encourage those businesses to be the employers that will employ 10 people next year and 20 people the year after that. I think of Moore Packaging and Barrie Welding that started out in a garage with 2 employees and now employ 200 to 300 people. What a great example of what can be done if we clear the way by reducing regulatory burdens, red tape, and get small business doing what they do unequivocally better than government: create jobs. Our path to this seat here was guided by our need to do whatever we can to improve Barrie's ranking as the second worst unemployment rate in the province. Just a few years ago, Barrie was one of the most prosperous, fastest growing communities in the country. It's still growing, but people have to go outside our community to find work more and more. And I look forward to working with our federal member and members of our City Council to rectify this imbalance, and do it with real jobs that are sustainable and that can stand on their own value and quality of what they do and will last into the future. Barrie residents said they wanted to see change in the delivery of health care. We'll work hard for that change. We'll collaborate with the Royal Victoria Hospital to attract more doctors and health professionals. There are 30,000 people in the city of Barrie that do not have a family physician, and that is entirely unacceptable. And it's an example of government not living up to its responsibility to deliver efficient health care to all residents. And this imbalance was exacerbated by the fact that Barrie's status as an underserviced area was stripped last year, drying up physician recruitment funds. This is inexcusable. I look forward to seeing the Liberal plan, should they choose to share it, to fund the operation of our brand new hospital expansion that will employ thousands of people. We don't want to see another grand building with no operating budget to keep beds and surgical suites open. I want to make sure this project remains at the forefront of government priorities. Barrie residents said we wanted to see change in availability of higher education. We will work hard for that change, and Barrie is the home to one of the best colleges in the country, Georgian College. But our economy and our residents need more. We are one of the largest cities in the country without a university. It's clear that the boost we need to build a stronger economy in Barrie and attract new business and new talent is a university campus. I was a graduate of Georgian College, but had to move away to complete university studies at York University. Even though Barrie has a relatively young population, university participation is up to 10% less than the provincial average, and there are significantly less university graduates. No doubt this imbalance will be mitigated with our own university campus accessible to all residents. I have been and always will remain a strong advocate for a new university campus in Barrie to serve the needs of businesses and students in Central Ontario. I'm pleased that the government has copied our party's promise to work with Barrie to establish a university presence here. Now we need to make sure that we see this promise through. The demand and will are there. Let's get the job done. Integrity is an important lens. It's the lens that people of Barrie will view us all through. I vow to be accessible and listen to my constituents. Too often politicians talk without listening. It doesn't matter much what we say if we don't listen first, does it? I've outlined my vision for Barrie, my hometown, but in reality, my vision needs the vision and the beliefs of my constituents to make it work. The people of Barrie need actions, not words, and they hired me to put words into action and work for them, and I intend to do that. I'm proud of our leader, Tim Hudak, my colleagues in caucus, and I'm proud to work with all of you towards a common good that we were all sent here to do.